Hey everybody, Merry Christmas Eve, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating, Kwanzaa, all that stuff. I know it's Christmas Eve, and thank you guys for tuning in for another episode on Shots Fired Podcast. Today we're going to try to keep it in the holiday spirit. I'm going to talk about a little bit about the folklore of Christmas, or where it originated from, and things like that. Like things I didn't know. I'm interested, and maybe you guys know, and you guys can comment and kind of fill me in on it, or fill all of us in on it. There's a lot of information that I was like, ain't no way, my boy, ain't no way. But it's pretty good. I think it's good. I wanted to share it with you guys. It's not gonna be a long one today, because I know it's Christmas Eve. A lot of people have a lot of stuff going on. I do myself, so we're gonna talk about it, and maybe give us another look at why we do Christmas, and give us another meaning on friendship and family and things that we enjoy and love, right? Being together. And some of it, I didn't know that Christianity tried to, get rid of it. Not saying get rid of Christmas, because it wasn't called Christmas before that. It was a pagan ritual, holiday, you want to call it, worshiping. And Christianity didn't like that, right? So they literally tried to ban it, but couldn't. So then they adapted it into what it is pretty much today, right? The birth of Christ and Santa Claus and things like that. And speaking of, I'm not a big Bible going person. I didn't notice. But in the Bible, apparently, I did the research. I tried to find it, and somebody else can help me. It's not that I really care, but it was brought to my attention. Jesus wasn't even born on Christmas. They don't even know when he was born. Ain't that some? It's not in the Bible anywhere. It don't say. It just says he was born in a manger. So why do they say Christmas is the day Jesus was born? I don't get it. I don't know. That's kind of off topic, but I just know, I saw that and I said, ain't no way. So I tried to look it up. I couldn't find it either. So I don't know. That's crazy to me. But let's go to different things that we do, right? Like we put up Christmas trees. All of us pretty much, unless you celebrate something a little bit different, all of us put up Christmas trees. And the reason for that was back before Jesus in the northern countries, right? During the winter solstice, when it would be so cold outside and people were dying of, starvation, being cold frozen. They didn't have internal heat, right? Central heat or whatever. The fir tree was the only tree that didn't die, like the leaves didn't fall off and things like that during those winter months, that time of darkness. And so they thought it had magical powers. So they would cut this magical power tree, which I don't know why you would cut it down if you think it got magical powers, but they would cut this tree down and stick it in their house. So hopefully they would get the magic from this tree to be able to stay alive through this winter solstice, this dark time, right? Because when you got these northern countries, like Alaska and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, like places like that they have a period through the winter solstice where they don't have any sunlight or much sunlight. People were dying. People were freezing to death. Like people were dying of illness and different things. So they brought this tree in to try to help with that, right? And then they would put apples from like their fall harvest, right? Because that would last them through the winter solstice till the spring or whatever come around, the new moon they would call it, and put apples on the tree. And that's why we put ornaments on the tree. And they would take an apple off and eat an apple a day or whatever. And that's where that came from. That's crazy, because I never knew. Like I knew everybody put a tree up. I didn't know why. But that's where it originated from. That is why. That's maybe, I don't know if that's every reason, but from what I could see and what I could figure out, that's where it came from. Because this tree, people had thought it had magical powers. They would cut it down, put it in their living room. So then you put, your ornaments on the tree and stuff like that. And then they would burn it. The new sun, the new moon, the day the sun would start coming back out, they would burn it for heat. And I know obviously we don't do that. Like people don't burn their trees, but that is what they would do to worship the sun god, to burn this magical thing. And it's crazy. Like, I didn't know, like, this, like, I'm sure there's a lot more I can learn from this. And I'm just trying to share a little bit with you guys, keep it in the holiday spirit. But I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was really cool. And then speaking of, like, Santa, right? So we're going to talk about Santa. I mean, we all know Saint Nick, he come around and but I think, real talk, I think Saint Nick was a little bit of a creep. I mean, I'm just saying, we ain't gonna go down that road, but I think he was a little bit of a creeper. I don't know. But, obviously Saint Nick comes, Santa Claus, and you like how I say that, Santa Claus? That's how I call Santa Claus. But he comes, gives the good kids presents and the bad kids cool. Krampus and Santa Claus, folklore states that they were partners. And that's why Santa Claus has his naughty list, his good and naughty list. I didn't know that. Nobody told me that. That was just like, hey, if you misbehave, you're a bad kid, you're gonna go on Santa's naughty list and get some cool. And I don't give a fuck. Fuck Santa's naughty list gonna do to me. Krampus's ass is coming. That's what it was. Krampus would come and whip kids with birch sticks and possibly take them back to his lair, and eat them. Crazy, right? That shit is crazy. Obviously, maybe somebody did come and kidnap kids. I don't know, but that's crazy. And I know there's movies out there like Krampus movies and shit like that, but that's insane. I didn't know that. Like, I knew who Krampus was. Like, I've seen her, but I didn't know, like, him and Santa Claus worked together. Like, they was partners. It wasn't even like Santa Claus don't like Krampus and Krampus don't like Santa Claus. They was like buds. They might even, I mean, if you really think about it, they might have been the same person. You know what I'm saying? That's just his alter ego. If you a bad kid, Santa shows up looking like Krampus. He about to fuck you up. Right? So kids, if you listening, I hope you're not listening, but if you are, behave, because Krampus is coming. He gonna snatch your little asses up. So behave. Which I thought that was cool. I thought that was really funny. I liked it. But then you think about Santa Claus, and then you got like the Nordic and cultures. So then you have Odin, right? And Odin is a god that they believed in, but he played the role of, I don't want to play the role of Santa, but think about it. On Christmas Eve, right? The days when it was dark, where the sun didn't come out, he would ride around on an 8-legged horse. And this kind of got me second guessing myself, because I feel like, I don't know why I feel like there's only 7 reindeer. I'm pretty sure there's 8 though. I don't know them off the top of my head, but pretty sure there's 8 reindeer. But anyways, Odin would ride around on this black horse with 8 legs, with a gang of motherfuckers, right? People that have fallen in battle, elves, and different kind of beings, right? And they would go around and take up all the bad people and all the sick, like dying people. They would take them, and that was pretty much death coming, right? So if you was in them winter months and you was dying of an illness, Odin and his posse was coming for you. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's kind of like Santa. I'm not saying Santa Claus is coming for you, but Santa Claus ride around on a sleigh, white beard. Odin had a white beard. That's what they tell me. And 8 reindeer, 8-legged horse. I mean, I think it goes together pretty well. I don't know, but y'all tell me what you think. But anyways, so that's what I'm saying is I think Santa Claus and Krampus might be the same, because if that's where it kind of came from, I'm not saying that's where it came from, because Christianity says it was something different, but everything has a base of a story, right? Everything comes from something, and there's so many different cultures that kind of have this same thing, and that's crazy. Like, I don't know why we don't tell those kind of stories, like, why don't we? And it's not to scare people, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not to be like, oh, let's tell the dark path of, Santa Claus and Christmas and how. It's not but what we should, share this stuff. Like, why not? Like, I had no idea some of this stuff. Like, no clue. Like, I thought it was really cool about the tree. Like, I like learning like why we do things, right? And that's cool, And I think it brings people, and that's why during those winter solstices, they had these feasts, right? And everybody would share food and eat and drink and get drunk and celebrate the new moon or the sun coming up. It was a celebration to the sun god, like, thank you for keeping us here, and you're blessing us with a new harvest this upcoming, year. And that's pretty much what it was. And some of these, I think we all know in our head when we hear pagan stuff, there's some weird things going on and you got them like in Greece and things, they doing orgies and all kinds of crazy stuff. Like, maybe that's why we drink on Christmas. Eggnog. I don't like eggnog, but I'll fucking, if it's gonna get me there, I'll do it. But you know what I'm saying though, like, things why we have these traditions, and people can come up with their own traditions and have their own fun. I think that's really what I'm getting at is do what you want to do. It doesn't matter what people believe or what people think or where things came from, right? If you enjoy it and this is the tradition you want to do, or you want to start your own tradition with your own family, your friends, whatever, do it. Like, go for it. Have fun. Enjoy the holidays. Have a good time. And I'm not going to keep y'all on this one. I'll let you go on this. But enjoy yourselves Christmas Day. Spend time with your loved ones, your family, your whoever, kids, brothers, sisters, parents, uncles, grandparents, whatever. Enjoy it. Have a little discussion about this. Ask the grown folk. They might know. Them grandparents, they know some things. So ask them. Hey, Pop, what's Santa Claus start at? And they might tell you some stuff, They might put that knowledge on you. I don't know. But enjoy yourselves this holiday season. And always shoot your shot. Peace.